That powder was yellow.
We'll survive.
Wasn't
We'll
it?
win this.
So the powder we found on Sakura. What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Can you hear MTT over the game audio at least?
Wait. Yeah. Now the stream chat is frozen on my end. I can only see it moving on the feed.
Okay, good.
I'm just gonna refresh this real quick.
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been
We had
standing
conversation
right
with you,
there
but
where
we
the
couldn't
powder
hear
was
the entire
spilled.
time.
So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf
It
wasn't Hina,
was very
but
late.
Sakura.
Anyway.
The mystery's been solved. Whatever. It is what it is. I fucked up everything on audio. Let's celebrate that for an hour and 50 minutes, I've had 0 dropped frames.
Nice. Let's drop all the frames right
Shut
now.
up!
When Sakura
No, wait, Jinx is not a thing. Talk about it all
she
you want.
dropped it away from where she was actually standing,
But not right now because they're talking.
which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't, Aoi. You just don't want us to think that she killed herself.
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura, the connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it. Select someone. No, wait, why did I select Hina? God damn, you already know the answer. Fuck. I literally was not thinking about highlighting a dead person. It's because they've never made me do it before. It absolutely was Sakura. Bam. That this is why they let you highlight dead people.
Here's my answer.
Did you highlight, like,
The one who killed Sakura
Sayaka
was
in, like, the
Sakura
first trial at
herself.
one point to, like, say that she did something?
Right, I think so, but they've not used a suicide. A real legitimate one since now, so it's never come to mind again.
And they never will again. Or will they? I'll never tell.
Killer was Sakura? Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I knew they'd trot it out at one point or another.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really
Now
think
we
about
just
it,
need natural
everything
death, and then we
matches
can
up.
cross off murder bingo.
Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because, of course, Byakuya created the locked room in secret.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina?
She's crying, thus it's true.
You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right?
I'm just gonna point out, I've had a problem with this game's art style before. This picture's not helping that. What with the shape of their faces, and you can see the eyes kind of like pointing away from each other, but also the irises, which are also pointing away from each other in opposite directions. Just look at Kyoko's face here. Oh, I can't pick up the mouse, but her left eye's pointing down, and her right eye's like pointing off towards the side of Sakura's head.
Fun fact, this game got nominated for an Academy Award for visual direction.
Oh, it must have been a rough year.
I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
It lost to the Emoji Movie.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go get them. I have to get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can.
You got screen set up in time to capture the glory? Good. Thank you, Pokegod. I can draw it again for you later if you send me that screenshot.
Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone. Ogre. Oh, she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed, I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
Which is still kind of a bitch move, because it's gonna get everybody else killed.
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is.
We've kind of pointed out for sure that for realsies, you didn't do it.
Actually, no. You're right.
No, shut up, Makoto. It's over.
We have to end this properly.
Oh, okay. I was wondering how they were gonna make us do the comic thing when everybody's, like, in agreement that there was no killer. But alright. Let's do the thing. So, notes. Sakura put down the thing for Hiro, Toko, and... Ah, Little Miss Fat Piggy Princess, of course.
Ooh.
And Byakuya, here you go. Okay.
Oh.
Act 2, Toko spins around. That must be her getting in the locker here. Okay, so... Locker, right? Oh, no. Locker, okay. Act 3. He's just like, hey, a candy. This really effeminately faced drawing of Hiro.
Flaunt it, baby.
And Sakura
Flaunt it.
just hanging out in the chair here, one arm over the back of it, just like, sup? Ready to fuck? It's like, no, that's not why I'm here. Oh, I guess I'll have to kill you then. Here, have some candy. It'll make it less painful.
Never write stories.
I found a writer for my webcomic project for a reason.
Good.
Okay, so he comes down, smashes. He was using the knight. Okay, so that's where that happens. Bam, bam, bam. Writes down the Toko name. Toko's all in the locker, and then she comes out all nervous-like. Next up is... something about the magazine rack. Not sure why she picked... oh, right, the magazine here. Okay, so I think this is where she put it in upside down, just because there's nothing else to go with here. Sakura wakes up. She's all just like, hey, I'm angry for some reason. Knocks out, wakes up his killer, grabs another bottle, this one with the queen in it. Does a smash with queen. Cleans everything up. Not sure what this one is all about. This is just super intense looking with her giant, like, just braided pigtails all up. Sakura's all just, like, muffling with my bloody hair. It's like, I'm never gonna get this blood out of my hair. I guess the only solution is to end my own life, alright. Chem C9 with the heavenly light in her face and drinks. And we come up to it and she's just like dead on the ground. And then Sakura, and then shadowy person sees bottle. Hides in pocket. Goes away. Takes Chem out of pocket, and there we go. This was the easiest one by far.
Why is Sakura not the shadowy person?
Because she's the dead person.
But she's the also the killer.
The suspicious one here is Aoi. That's what we're trying to prove.
It's true, but like...
Want some fuck? Sakura, kinda.
No.
Thank you, Kikoli.
Man.
It was really good. All right, let's go through this part. No, what? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Unban.
Oh shit! I didn't realize I was gonna delete everything they said.
That's what a timeout does, dude.
I've never. Oh fuck. Right.
It's going up on the VOD. It's immortalized. You can't get rid of that.
That's fair. What? How do I on? How do I on? Alright,
done. Let's do this for reals now. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room.
There, Sakura on the couch.
Next to arrive was Hiro.
Sakura waited for Hiro and said, "Yo, you want some fuck? Take this aphrodisiac."
When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her.
Not sure why there's the KH. Oh, that's a sound effect. Okay. The sound of a finger scraping across paper.
But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake.
Yo, Toko looks way more, like, actually kind of, like, sad cute in these pictures than she does in her real in-game art.
She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head.
Sure.
Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the clean chest piece.
I get that they had to get it across in like a half second, but I don't know about you guys. This is not how I ever like pick up broken glass with like 2 full fists.
You gotta get a real handful of it. You gotta grip it real tight.
And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
Hello, CMF. How's it going? Not bad. I've just solved a murder mystery. Solution, there was no murder.
It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide.
To hear you coming.
And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves.
Yo, look at that picture of Toko up there in the top left corner, being her crazy genocide self, with all of her, like, her pigtails just, like, floating up like dark tentacles. Nice little touch.
In an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion, and the one who went to all that effort.
It's not a versus shot, because she obviously, she didn't kill, and she didn't want to do it, and she's very sad about it. But, like, cool, we found it out.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? That's
What happened?
Yes, it is. Gee, why are you still so flabbergasted by this? You are not at the forefront of this investigation, Byakuya. Fucking sit your bitch ass down!
Additional function is to cheer up Master Pond
So
with
now that you've
extreme
solved the
cuteness.
mystery, are you ready for the execution?
Really good timing on that, Poppy. Thank you. I did need some cheering up after that.
What the fuck?
How did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
huh? Oh, well, I mean,
It was obvious, really. Like, elementary, my dear Watson.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Yeah, Byakuya is just flabbergasted. I can't wait until he tries something and gets himself killed. Results! A. Solid A's across the board. Look at that final result. Perfect. Got some coins.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There was no B in there. That was solid A's.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the Blacken? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I don't know what you want us to do here. Monokuma vote. Yay, okay, so good. We can vote for dead people.
found it. Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence.
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing Russian Byakuya not understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened so badly? So badly that I faked not understanding why you did it. If truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why'd you do that?
Don't be mean.
We almost, like, died there. There's so many drugs and psychedelics I haven't tried yet.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. That's why.
You should have been the one to die.
Couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You crazy bitch. You were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for her sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. You gotta agree with the genocide killer here. You crazy bitch.
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. I found it on the ground in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't forgive this!
my closest friend got hurt. Sakura, because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. She has to meet with them. You has to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina,
Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
they're friends.
Yeah, friends. Sakura, she clearly believed, she completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
And yet... Yeah, I guess after that whole court, she's just like... They still tried to kill her. Several of them. You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable. No, that was just like a misunderstanding. I wanted to hit her shoulder with the bottle, you know, in a gesture of friendship.
What are you saying?
Nice save, buddy.
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. Instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hands.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her. What happened to you?
Hina,
Oh, wow. Hina was here first? I guess so, yeah. You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina,
Hina. Huh?
I...
I'm glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
A favor?
Some protein.
Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for, and when I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please.
Let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it, and that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out, and in the end I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this. Hey, I'm sorry for interrupting your little pity party cry session here, right when you're about to deliver your little final tearjerker, but it's just taken so long! I'm about to fall asleep out here! I mean, you really think you have any idea what Sakura was really thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your own interpretation, right, little lassie? Your own interpretation of what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because me and her.
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
yes, indeed.
Don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this? Last Testament, Sakura Ogami.
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Ain't it obvious?
Yep.
It's a suicide note. It's Sakura's suicide note.